John Deere. I think that was at the farm too. Brian comes down to the Florida Flywheelers, and our February show is our big show. And so every 7 years we feature John Deere, and so they've been down there 2 different times, and that's where we get out and chat and talk and let everybody get an idea of what an orchard tractor is versus a muscle tractor versus a Spoker D, and so and they're real good about educating the younger people that.
So in your lifetime, you're telling me you've had about 50 John Deeres?
Oh, probably at least. I mean, I used to keep that from my wife.
I just let your secret out. I'm sorry.
She would see 2 or 3 leaving, but then she'd go off somewhere and there'd be 4 or 5 coming back. And so, but yes, and I've collected everything from just a plain Jane John Deere B off of a farm that's broken down and hasn't ran in 20 years to buying one that's already restored. The 330 John Deere that I have here, utility, it's one of 247 made. It's a pretty rare bird, and it's small. I can pull it behind my motorhome along with the gator, and I can go, I can spend 5 weeks on the road, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. So of all of those John Deeres, Tom, did you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite model of that?
Probably the Spoker D was my first. It was a 1925, and I bought it in a basket practically, and then put it all back together. And we showed it. We showed it at several John Deere shows, and then I ended up selling it at one of the Meekum auctions. Mm-hmm. And but that was probably it was the same age as my dad, and so it brings back memories.
Sure. When you said you were traveling with your wife, how is she involved with the tractor piece, or is it she travels, she shops, and then you take care of the tractors?
She's a tractor person for about 7-8 days, and then she gets tired. And I can talk to anybody about tractors, and she knows all my friends, and she knows the people who come and knock on the door, and we visit and whatever. Mm-hmm. But after a little while, she has to have her space. So, she'll be leaving, going back to North Carolina, and I'll carry on to Portland and then on to Rantoul.
You said, and we hear this time and time again, and we're fortunate to be here and to have always been at the show. But when you came, you noticed that the people are so nice. And what's attracted you to keep coming back to Greensburg?
I pulled in here with no reservation. They didn't even know who I was. And I pulled in with this massive 42-foot motor home, pulling a trailer with 2 tractors on it. And Kim came running out and said, "Well, I have no room for you." I said, "Just find me a place somewhere." So over by the golf course is where we parked for every year. And then last year we got a monsoon and got stuck there pretty bad. And so this year I've learned better. I send my information in ahead of time. And she had a nice graveled spot for me over there, and I think they felt bad for me because I got pulled out with a 8420 or whatever John Deere, slung me around like a caterpillar. But anyway, they're super. Anything you need here, they don't hesitate one bit. A lot of shows you go to, it's what you can't do versus what you can do, and this show just there's nothing that you can't do. I mean, they just enjoy your company.
You mentioned you enjoy the auction here.
Yes, it comes and goes, but if there's a bunch of John Deere stuff there, I really get excited. But there's it'll fill up a little more here as tonight and tomorrow goes. But it's a little sparse now. But great idea for the club to have an auction Sunday after church or before church, whatever it is, because that just keeps that many more people here through the weekend, and a great idea to have that little auction, and you can find anything out there from an umbrella to a semi-trailer. Yeah.
Now you liquidate down to 10 tractors at this point?
Yeah, maybe.
Ish.
Yeah. I've got a home in Florida. I got a home in North Carolina, and we own a farmer's fresh market in North Carolina. So that's where we make our money. That's where we have always had our tractors. But when I go to Florida, there's a club there called Florida Flywheelers. and they've been real good to me. And it's a massive, big club, and of course, a lot of people from the Midwest here, north, they got to find a place for them to go to in December, January, and February. So they do a pretty good job of taking care of the snowbirds, and we display down there probably as big as anywhere because I'm home. I mean, I'm right there, so I'll display 8 or 10 tractors there.
Is there one tractor that's never going to leave? It's your prized possession.
I'm starting to get pretty touched with these 30 series, the 330, 435, 3630. It was the last 2 cylinders made by John Deere. So I'm going to hang on to probably 6 or 7 of those. I've had the big ones. I've had the 4020s, the 5020s. I've had the 80 and the R. It's just a lot of scrap iron to haul around. You know, I can hit, as I said earlier, I can go to 4 or 5 shows in 4 or 5 weeks and have a golf cart and a little tractor and see you people and go on to the next people and have a good time, where I'm not spending a lot of time loading and unloading. But the 30 series would probably be because it was the last John Deere's made of the 2 cylinders of what everybody wants to call the Pop and John.
All right. So you told me you couldn't talk, but you did a pretty dang good job.
It just rattles off.
It does, doesn't it? It just flows right out.
Yeah.
Is there, when you do come to Greensburg, though, anything in particular that you like, that you say, I go to this show and I like to go do this, or I like to go eat that, or anything that stands out for Greensburg for you?
I always go downtown, and the square is being remodeled. There's a lot of construction going on down there today when I noticed, but I go to that little sushi bar there. But I used to, there's a farmer's market, I think, tomorrow.
There is.
And I got some of the best yellow sweet corn I've ever eaten. And, you know, I'm in the produce business. Most of our corn is either bicolor or what we call silver queen or white corn.
Sure.
But to find some good Merit or Trucker's Favorite yellow corn, and you can only find it in the Midwest here. And so I'm looking forward to going tomorrow and checking it out.
Very
Awesome.
good. Well, we thank you for coming every year and
Nice to have you.
visiting our county and our community.
It's a great place, and it'll continue to be a stopping off point for me.
Very good. Well, safe travels as you make your way across the Midwest, more or
Yep.
less, right?
Exactly.
All right. Very good.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Once again, we say a big thanks to our sponsors. First of all, the Power of the Past for having us back. They also brought you the fair this year, and they'll be bringing you the Fall Festival. So a
They
big
will.
thanks to the Power of the Past. We also want to say a big thanks to Let's Hardware, BNC Rental, Grazing Systems Supply,
Gillenhow Funeral Home, Halderman Real Estate, and Farm Management.
We'll take a quick break. We're going to come back, and I think it's time for the steam engines. It is. So we've got Digger coming up next.
All right.
I do know his real
Awesome.
name, though. I got it right.
Got it right.
That's right. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on Live at 5, brought to you by, and we're coming to you from the Power of the Past.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available, or save up to $4,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Stone's Farm Service at 921 East Main in Greensburg or call them at 812-663-3787.
Be your project big or small, make sure you've got the right gear to get the job done. B&C Rental has a huge lineup of equipment from backhoes and tractors, skid loaders, excavators, trenchers, lifts, stump grinders, pressure washers, all kinds of lawn implements, and Harley and Aaron can fill your propane gas grill tank as well. Plus, B&C has a nice lineup of U-Haul trucks, vans, and trailers if you've got something to haul. B&C Rental at 1131 West Ridge Parkway in Greensburg. Phone 812-662-6668.
Berger Electric in Greensburg offers a variety of electrical services, including residential, construction, and commercial wiring, recessed lighting installation, and electrical maintenance and repair, with specialties in landscape lighting and generators. Located at 933 North Michigan Avenue in Greensburg, visit their website, burgerelectricllc.com. For all of your electrical needs, contact Berger Electric at 812-614-9109.
Tree Country 1330. Welcome back to Live at 5, brought to you by the Power of the Past. There's no Josh tonight.
Nope, he's busy.
You replaced him. He's been replaced.
Uh-oh. You know what that says? He better watch out.
You're coming in for it.
I could take his seat. Just be like, all of a sudden that Kelly Ripa got fired.
Just like that. Wow, goodness.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
That's what happens,
We are coming to you live from the tractor field here at the 36th annual Power of the Past. We are so happy to be here learning all kinds of information, and we're moving to the steam engines now.
Yes.
We are.
This is cool, yes.
This is very cool. So we have got Digger with us, or Blaine Schroeder. See, I remembered.
Yep. Good job.
That's right. You were on with us last year as well.
Yes, I was.
All right. So things have changed in the last year.
Yes, they have.
So tell us about it.
So, in the past year, I bought a steam engine.
I love this.
How do you do that, kiddo? How do you just go find a steam engine and buy it?
Well, so since Grandpa passed away last year, it was always his dream to own a steam engine. And lo and behold, I drive home from work one day on State Road 7, and there is a Minneapolis steam engine right there.
No kidding.
And it just went from there.
It was meant to be,
Meant
right?
to be,
Pretty sure it was.
So
was fate.
It was fate. So tell us about your steam engine. You've got it sitting. They can't see it, but we can. You've got it sitting over there, and tomorrow you're going to take us for a spin.
Yes, and it is not going to be like last year on the clanky, as we call them, because all them gears just clank and clank, clank. No, that's actually pretty quiet. That is a 2060 Minneapolis steam engine, and it has a $10,000 paint job from like 01, 02, or 03 from Pulse Camps. So it looks nice. And it was only fired about 2 times during that whole time, 30-year period.
Really?
And so it's basically a brand new boiler, somewhat, and new paint job. It looks good.
So
It looks really good.
it
Now,
does.
What year is it?
1922.
A 1922. Wow.
So do you know any history of like where it originated from?
So from the 50s, a feller bought it in Versailles, I believe. And from there, in 75, a guy named Orville Williams bought it. And so if anyone's familiar with this engine, it was on State Street in Columbus for the longest time. And they moved away to State Road 7, only a few miles down the road. But Orville passed away in 2016, and his widow, Marilyn, she was trying to sell it for that whole time from 2016 to 24, or this is 25. So 9 years she's been trying to sell it, and it was outside for a while. And that's how I just driving home from work one day, guy says, hey, there's a steam engine sitting outside. You want to go look at it? Sure. So I followed him out there, and I'm pretty sure it was love at first sight.
So now
That's
that
cool.
you've got it, it's a rarity, honestly, for someone younger to have a steam engine. It's not really a cheap hobby.
No, not at all.
So tell us. I understand. I get myself into those too. And tell me though, what's it take to maintain and make sure that when you go to a show, it's going to run and you're not going to have any issues?
So the number one thing with a steam engine is always water. If we use old fertilizer tanks, and we got to make sure we clean them out, because any chemical that gets in that boiler, it dissolves the boiler a lot quicker than just normal like spring water. So that's number one. And the second would be your fuel. What are you going to belt to? Like, we got 2 Baker fans, a threshing machine, and a sawmill. The sawmill eats a decent amount of wood and water. The Baker fans, they put a load on your engine, so it's kind of sort of the same as the sawmill. Threshing machine, you don't really use hardly what you use on them 3 other things. So it just kind of depends work-wise, but you always got to have a spare tube of grease and a lot of oil.
A lot of oil.
A lot of oil.
What's the pull for you? Why did you need a steam engine?
Well, Grandpa always wanted one, and he was the steam director out here since the show started, Vince Grody. So when he passed, I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. And so I got talking to Marilyn about it, and we made a deal happen, and I got it, and I'll tell you what, it was bittersweet.
I'm sure it was. Now, so how fast do you go on this?
We had it on the road, and we clocked in at 4.5 mile an hour.
Whoa, okay. It's
pretty fast.
It is for a
For a steam engine,
For a
it
steam
is.
engine.
That's right.
It is.
So you've had a lot of school kids come out. You'll continue to have them the rest of the week.
Yep.
But as they come by and they look at that and they don't know what that is.
No, so there's a few actually bright kids that really know their stuff when it comes to something like that. I've had a few look at me and say, "Oh, that's a steam engine."
wow.
Okay. So I think we've gotten through to some of the older fourth graders of years gone by, and they've kind of helped the younger kids understand what all this stuff is and what we used to do way back when. So
when they like with the steam engine, let's say 1922, and what? Give us just kind of the rundown of the history. What it was built for, what they used it on, because there are a lot of people that have never had been exposed to anything like that.
So this particular engine, it had a front head tank and it had a water pump, which is basically standard on every Minneapolis engine. But it was taken off, so we were thinking either it was for plowing or it's for sawmilling, because so that way you have a clear line of sight, either way for your sawyer or to see where you're going plowing. That's what we think mine is. There's a old 1904 Gar Scott that was just mainly used for threshing because it has a straw chute on the bottom and it's a straw burner. So what that would imply is you'd be threshing all day. You'd have two guys, one with a pitchfork and one hand feeding straw into the firebox rather. And there was as many different options you could choose back then on a steam engine.
But that was pretty big deal to own one of those back in those days, right?
So usually a farmer and his group of buddies would go out and either buy the steam engine or the threshing machine, because $4,500 back in 1910 is probably equivalent to $30 this year. So
that's a big deal.
It is.
When you think about
when you were getting 10 cents a bushel for wheat back then,
Sure.
that was quite a big deal.
Yeah.
But that's how they made a living, was custom threshing. So what they do is you'd have a steam engine, usually a water wagon, and a thresher. You go buy different farms or whatever, and they'd have big old shocks of wheat ready for you to thresh. And the threshing crew would get paid in wheat or actual money, just depended, and then they could take the wheat to market and sell it for themselves. Just kind of depend on how the deal negotiated. But.
I know you grew up at the Power of the Past. Just a
Little
little bit. What keeps you coming back year after year?
Well, Grandpa really was the big one for me, but it's just they're family down there at our steam engine tent. I've known them since I was just 3 months old. That's when I first started. That was my first show in '01, and we've had a few losses here and there, but for the most part, that stayed the same for 20 plus years. So mainly just the people and getting together and having a big old meal on Saturday and just having fun.
I think this year you're standing a little prouder, a little taller.
Just a little bit.
Well, I'm excited for tomorrow. We're gonna take a little cruise.
Yes, we are.
I'm intrigued watching you guys drive these because it's not like you just hop in there and drive.
No, if you don't know what you're doing, you're looking at like a jigsaw puzzle. It's crazy.
don't let Emily drive.
I'm not even going to ask. I watched last year. It's complicated.
Yeah, you just let her ride.
That's
and,
right.
yeah,
I enjoy
we'll be
the
all
scenery.
good. Yeah.
But there's a lot of moving pieces at once to be able to drive one of the steam engines.
So you have something called a flywheel, and inside that flywheel is a clutch. So you can have either a standstill engine just running the flywheel, or you can engage your clutch, and that drives it. And some of them had double and triple cylinders that could have more power, less power, and all that stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of options, and there could be more moving parts on that if we really wanted to.
Kind of learn as you work with it more and more,
Yeah.
don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, because I mean, you're a kiddo to me, but finding others that in your age, yours, Emily's, that have the interest. I think that's concerning at times, don't you? so that we can keep these things going and alive?
Yes, I do, to an extent, because I know most people that kind of grew up around Greensburg. They know a lot about farming. We're a rural community, so I'm not too much worried about Greensburg per se. But like people in Columbus or Indianapolis, they're what we call city folk,
Yes.
and they really don't know anything about quote unquote farming, rural heritage. How about
Sure. Yeah.
that? So finding people that really help out down here or Rushville or Portland or whatever show you're at, it's really hard to come by. Most people just want to spectate and just say, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and then walk away. But there's just them few that say, "I'd really like to learn how to run this," or I'm intrigued. What's this about? So
Will you go to any other shows besides this one?
just Rushville for now. I'm gonna go to Rantoul next week. Never been. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I feel like, and you're a prime example of keeping that heritage alive and promoting it and educating and, trying to gather in and keep this going, keep the antiques, keep everything rolling along here on the tractor field. So thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome.
Listen, we got the statistic in. $4,500 in 1910 is equivalent to in purchasing power to $152,000 this
I
year.
was just a little off.
I would have been with you. That's like a good estimate.
That's pretty amazing.
So that was for basically a whole rig. That was high end, brand new thresh machine, big old steam engine, and a big old water wagon. Usually, for like my little engine, just by itself, that'd be more maybe 1,200, 1,500. But usually when I like to do estimates, I like to go high just in case I'm really wrong.
Give it a little room in there, right?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Well, Lane, thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just amazing for us to 100. I mean, that's 100 years difference.
Yeah.
And to look at, but the fact that you've got it, and so I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Very cool. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. We're going to film that and we'll show it tomorrow evening or Saturday, whenever Dave says. That's when we'll do it. But excited for that ride, the quiet ride tomorrow.
The quiet ride. We're not using Clanky.
Okay, no
No
Clanky.
Clanky.
But we're not
Daggone
putting
it.
Clanky down.
No, we're not.
We're just going to
He's
appreciate-
a good engine. He just needs a little work.
Okay, we're just going to appreciate the quietness.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on with us tonight.
You're very welcome, ladies.
All right, we will be back here shortly from Live at 5, and we've got one more guest before we wrap it up tonight.
Sounds good.
The backbone of America has been built on handshakes. In a handshake, there is trust, honesty, and a mutual commitment to building a long-lasting relationship. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we remain true to those principles. And while the world around us may be changing, we remain focused on securing the future of rural communities and agriculture. One home, one farm, and one business at a time.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Street Country 1330 WTRE. Oh, I hope we caught the whistle. I think we did. I think we may have. That's Blaine's driving away.
And it's not Clanky.
It's not Clanky. That's right. We are back here at the Power of the Past. This is the 36th year for it. We're here at the Decatur County Fairgrounds. It's going to be going on through Sunday, so plenty of time to get out here. And we've got another guest.
We do.
We do.
How are you?
Not too bad. How about you guys?
We're good.
That's good.
All right,
That's
Greg's
good.
here with us tonight. And
Enjoying the weather, huh?
It's beautiful, huh?
Not too bad.
tonight.
Yeah, not
We've
too
got
bad.
a nice breeze going. Humidity's not terrible, so
yeah.
good night to come out.
That's right. Good enough for a tractor pull.
That's right. So that's what you've been doing for the last little bit, right?
Yeah, afraid so. Dan Wilson got me started announcing there a year or two before he passed away, and after he left us, I'd start doing it all the time, and sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's not.
There's good and bad days.
I hope I'm not here till 2 a.m. this morning. So that's the thing we got to pay attention to.
Then you get up and go to work?
You betcha.
Yep.
Makes a
There we go.
long day.
Yes, it does.
So,
It does. Well,
yep.
tell us about tonight's tractor pull. What's going on?
Tonight's the semi-hot tractors tonight, so there's 5 classes. So you'll start the low, I think 4,500 is the low class, all the way up to the 6,000 pound class. So we should have 15 to 18 tractors in each class. So it should be a pretty good show.
So when they're at top speed going down through there, how fast is that? There we go.
Yep, 3 mile an hour is top speed.
3?
Yep. If they
Okay.
go over that, horn will blow, and they got to slow down.
Gotcha.
So the sled we got is not high tech, so we can't tear it up. So we got to take it nice and easy.
There you
Take
go.
care of what we have,
You
right?
betcha. You betcha.
Hey, now, you have been a part of the Power of the Past for forever.
36 years. Yep.
So how did you get involved?
Me and Clark's father was always involved with the fair, and then turned into the Power of the Past. He always was involved with tractors and everything, so we just kind of followed along. So, yep.
Now, you do not have the addiction that Clark has.
Nope. I work with tractors every day. I don't want to go home see tractors.
So do you own some, Craig?
Nope. What I did own, I sold to Clark a few years ago.
Did
so,
you?
Yep.
So you can just, if you get the feel to
Yep.
look at a tractor,
Yep.
you go check it out.
I
It's
just-
your
yep.
brother's, right?
Just get the urge. I could do that. So
Yeah.
Yep. I'd rather go do what I want to do. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, I'm going to ask because this is a family thing. Red or green? If you're
Actually, our dad had Alice Chalmers.
okay,
So
I never knew that.
I like these.
okay,
So
yeah.
yep,
What
that's
an
what- that's what I
unknown
learned.
fact that we learned tonight.
Yep. That's what I learned to drive on was an Alice Chalmers.
Was
so,
it? There you go.
So I like him.
And Uncle Dick, what did he have?
He had a little bit of everything.
He had the
Yeah,
mix.
yeah. He wasn't afraid to have whether green, international, or Alice, whatever's
If he
right
liked
price.
it.
I was gonna
His
say,
right price more than anything.
The right price, and he
yeah.
liked how it looked. I can
Yeah.
still
I love
see him
that.
saying
You
that.
betcha.
Yeah.
You betcha.
That
Yep.
that brings up, you guys you both come from a long legacy of folks involved in agriculture and tractors. And so what's it mean to you to now, you were here from the beginning, but to see what this show has become and still be a
Yeah.
part of it?
Don't seem like very long ago it was sitting over by the headquarters building, and Dale Wilson had them grouped together and just a handful of tractors. Now you come, you see a whole field full of every color you can imagine and every tractor. It's pretty impressive. So, yeah, pretty proud of it.
And to see them in every shape. Some come in
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
polished and repainted, while others are still a work in progress.
That's what Saturday we'll have the Dan Wilson Memorial Parade, and Dan was always key about that. He can see a tractor that was painted up and fall in love with it, or he can see a tractor in his work clothes, beat the living out of it, and he'd love it too. So that's kind of what his family goes after, and when they pick best pick of show. So you don't know what's going to be out there to win. So.
It's not always the fancy
Nope.
and the shiny, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
This guy may spend $10,000 on a paint job. This guy may bought a $5 spray can. Works.
Yeah.
So
So through the years, you've had the opportunity to meet a lot of different people that have worked with the show, come to visit, all of that.
Yep.
I mean,
I was a director 20 years ago, and there used to be a couple guys from Florida come up there every year, and I was in charge of the tractors, and they'd always say, "Hey, what do you need? I'm here. I come all the way up here just for this show. I'll do whatever you want me to do."
Isn't that
was always
awesome?
nice.
Yeah.
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 But there again, they was older guys, and now they've passed on, and that younger generation has to get involved. So
We keep pushing.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
happen.
good.
And
That's
you know,
good.
your niece is an integral part now.
Yep.
She's taking care of business
Yep.
back there in the auction. So
it's nice to see her. Nice to see Blaine. It's nice to see them younger guys get involved. So
now
Yep.
you'll announce tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday
Yep.
there will be a tractor pull.
nope. The parade
No,
is Saturday.
Parade is Saturday.
Yep.
That's right.
Parade,
What
2
time's the
o'clock.
parade?
Yep, 2 o'clock.
Hoping to put that in the grandstand this year.
No, last year we had a disaster because it rained.
Just a little,
Yeah.
but we fixed it.
So we
kinda.
took a split-second decision and used this road up here. Now we've modified that, and it's really going to be slick now. We're going to start down the county garage and come north on the road.
Oh,
Nice.
So everybody have ample time to get lined up and have their information ready, and then they can disperse in the
Come
tractor
back
field
to the
here.
field.
So, yep.
Very good. I think that's one of the best parts of the Power of the Past is that tractor parade, because you get to see everybody and you get to see every tractor.
Families, they like to jump on the tractors and take a ride with them. It's pretty
Yeah.
neat. Yep,
Yeah.
sure is.
It's a good piece.
Yep.
Now, you've got a daughter.
10 years old.
And
Yep.
does she like
Yeah.
the tractors?
Oh yeah, she'll jump around on tractor with Clark anytime and
Uh-huh.
go for a ride or whatever needs to be done. She really enjoys that. So
I can see Kayla
Oh, yeah.
training her to be.
You
That's
betcha.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
She may be Kayla's assistant here in another
That's right.
couple of years.
That's right.
Yeah,
Could happen.
I like that.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, I say keep the family legacy rolling.
Oh, yeah.
You
we
guys
sure
have done a
will.
wonderful job
Yep,
with
we
it.
sure will. You
All
bet
right.
you.
Well,
You
Craig,
bet
thanks
you.
so much. I know
Yep.
this is your favorite thing of the whole Power of the Past, just to be on the radio.
Pumped.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, again, tractor pull tonight. It's at 6 and tomorrow at 6 as well.
You bet you.
All
Yep.
right. Weigh-in starts at 4:30.
Yep.
If
Yep.
people have questions about the pull or participating on that, just call you.
Just call me or see anybody with a yellow shirt, and we'll be glad
Okay.
to answer the questions.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
All right. We'll be right back to wrap it up here from the Power of the Past tonight. Once again, it's open through Sunday, and it's a beautiful night, and it's going to get hotter. So I would come out tonight and get your first sweep
Tonight's
done.
nice,
Right?
yeah.
So we'll be right back in 2 minutes on Tree Country 1330.
Kochmeyer Brothers Feed and Grain has been handling grain for area farmers for almost 50 years, with locations in St. Paul and Fairland. They supply corn to the Evan Williams Distillery and are your Purina feed dealer. Kochmeyer Brothers Feed and Grain. They're at 102 West Pearl Street in St. Paul. Phone 765-525-4309. That's Kochmeyer Brothers Feed and Grain of St. Paul.
Overmeyer Agri Group wants to thank you, Decatur County and surrounding counties, for over 40 years of business. We enjoy working with you and are looking forward to serving you for many years to come. We are the top grain handling and drying business in southeast Indiana. Overmeyer Agri Group believes in quality products, superior workmanship, and are committed to serving the needs of all our customers with distinction. We are open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday by appointment. We are large enough to serve you, yet small enough to care. And we offer a quality line of Brock bins, unloading and drying equipment. Why not give us a call today, or even better, stop by our showroom and enjoy our antique memorabilia while you find out the latest in grain handling and drying equipment available today. Call us at 812-663-4020.
Tree Country 1330 WTRE. Once again, coming to you live from the Power of the Past tonight. Absolutely gorgeous evening. It's warm, but it's got a nice breeze,
It's
and
nice.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Humidity's not quite as bad as it's been the last couple of days. so.
Not at all. The sweat bees, producer Dave kind of did some work, and
He
I think
did. Thank you. I
he
think
got
you
the
helped.
sweat bees down a little bit.
I think last night they hung in clusters.
I think they were going to carry us away last night.
Yeah,
So
I think
much
they were after
better
us,
tonight.
yeah.
Well, we want to welcome everybody. Make your way out to the Power of the Past. Again, it's going to go on through Sunday. Sunday it ends, I believe, about 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
But there's good shopping, number one, to be done. You can Christmas shop for those unique items. And I really
That's
do
right.
mean that.
Yeah.
I do a lot of shopping. Come out to the tractor field. This year, the total number of this morning.
As of this morning.
Now, I have seen several more come in just since I've been here. But as of this morning, 367 tractors on the field. The feature this year is the Alice Chalmers. 64 of those are here. 7 steam engines.
I know. How cool is that?
So cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great thing. Spark Show will happen tonight at dusk. That happens every evening at dusk. They will have the sawmill going off and on, so check that out. Wheat thrashing. I'm hoping to catch that tomorrow because they purposely planted wheat so they could be able to harvest and use it here at the Power of the Past. So hoping that we'll have an opportunity to check that out tomorrow as well when we're out and about.
One of the things too, and I don't know that we've talked about it much, but they do have some muscle tractors out here, and that was kind of a new thing a few years ago. And I know Clark has one, but so that's kind of its own unique little thing. So there is a muscle tractor area out here, and the other thing we want to remind you too is tomorrow on Friday at 10 a.m. and again at 11 a.m. REMC is going to be here with the live line demos, and Emily and I kind of peeked in on that last year a couple of times, but it's really interesting. And it is very essential information, especially for folks that work out in agriculture and
Very educational.
construction. Yes. So you'll learn about the hot dog. Remember that?
That's right, the hot dog. You want to come and watch the hot dog, and that will make you think twice about what you're doing with electric.
Absolutely. So again, that's Friday at 10 a.m. and at 11 a.m.
Tomorrow, the show will open at 8 o'clock, run until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. And so that'll be the flea market, the arts, the crafts. They'll do the opening ceremony at 8:30 like normal. That's the national anthem and the flag raising. At 10:30, this is one of the coolest things. I love it. It is everybody will meet in the tractor field, and they will do the tractor cruise starting at 10:30. They go out into the county. It's a couple hours that they're
It
gone.
is.
Go see some different sites.
Have some lunch.
Yeah. So if you want to join in on the tractor cruise, that'll leave at 10:30 tomorrow. Noon dinner whistle goes off at noon every day. The big toy show opens tomorrow. That'll be the first day. It opens at noon tomorrow. Goes until 8 tomorrow night. Tractor show, or the toy show, will continue on Saturday and Sunday as well. I know we've got several people waiting for that to open.
I know Frank was here last night. We were talking about, but the thing I love, and I think this is just such a shopping tip, is that you come and you shop, and then you come back the next day and you shop some more, and then Sunday you reserve that for that last decision you made to run back and get the other piece that you wanted. So
that's right. So
yeah.
plenty of time to do that. You've got days left. I call it
Yes.
the first sweep, the second sweep, and then you buy.
Yep.
Bingo tomorrow night at 4 o'clock. The weigh-in for the tractor pull is started at 4:30. At 6 o'clock will be the tractor pull. And then at 6 p.m. as well will the adult pedal pull. That's at the headquarters building. So plenty to see
Last
and do
I
tomorrow.
heard they thought you should be doing that.
I got invited to do it.
You
I
did.
have several trophies from my childhood
You
tractor
do.
pulling day. So it's not, it's not been ruled out. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So, we encourage you to come out. We want to thank the Power of the Past for having us back again this year.
I love being out here, and we do appreciate so much being a part of it.
We do. It's live at 5, obviously brought to you by the Power of the Past this year. So a big thanks to them just for supporting us along the way. We also have several sponsors. We want to say a big thanks to Obermeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, Ford Abstract, Steer Heating and Cooling,
Let's Hardware and Equipment, B&Z Rental, Grazing System Supply, and Gilliland Howe Funeral Home.
Haldeman Real Estate and Farm Management, Kokemeyer Brothers Feed and Grain, Farm Credit, Mid-America, Stone's Farm Service.
And Berger Electric, Expression Florists and Gifts, Russ Hubler Ford, and Painting Plus, and he does exterior and interior.
All right. We want to also say a big thank you to Vinyl Solutions providing our furniture for our set. We appreciate that, along with Expressions supplying our flowers.
Yes,
our decor. That's right. Big thanks to BJ back at the station for taking care of business. And we've got Dave and Jaden here on the tech side of life, so we appreciate them as well. I'll be back tomorrow night along with Josh tomorrow.
I'll be here. I'll
You'll
just be wandering around enjoying stuff.
The talent recruiter is
That's
what we
right.
call you. And
Yeah.
I have no doubt you'll be eating pie.
Oh, no doubt. I'll be here in the morning eating pie.
The pie goes on sale tomorrow, everybody, so don't forget.
That's right.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much. Thanks to all our guests tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with more information. And like I said, we're going to take a ride on the steam engine tomorrow. So excited for that as well. We'll bring you that video later in the week. Saturday probably.
What a great story.
It is. I love it. Every bit of it. So thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night from the Power of the Past. Have a great evening.